Hello Gemini, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading resonates with you, and that way you won't miss any of the future readings that we do, because we do these readings each week for your sign. So check back and also check out your sun, moon, and rising sign placements if you want to get a more dynamic picture of what's going on this week, all right? So let's get into it. Let's see what is the message coming through for you, Gemini. First card today. We've got a 10 of Wands. All right, so this card, you know, I think it's a very heavy card, very important card. It seems to me like there's some sort of energy that is weighing a little bit heavy on you right now. Okay, there's something going on in this situation with you that is, I think, manifesting as a little bit of physical exhaustion. I think you might feel like some of your vitality, some of your energy is being drained from you this week. Okay, now we're going to lay out some more cards to see if we can get a little bit more detail on what's going on. And right off the bat, we see crossing you this fiery person right here. This is a Queen of Wands. This is perhaps an older feminine energy, right? And they may be a fire sign. If they're not a fire sign, or you don't know their astrological placement, they're going to be someone who is very strong-willed, very opinionated, maybe even verging on a little bossy, right? A little bit controlling. So I think this person is in your life, and I really think that they're kind of bringing with them this feeling of oppression, of being weighed down, of being drained of your vitality in some way. It could be that they are really putting too much on your plate. They're giving you too much responsibility. They're laying too much on you. Now, as we go through these cards, we'll see if we can get an idea of where this may be taking place or what some more of the details are. So let's pull another card out. Well, now at the bottom of the Path of the Dove, we have a Hanged Man here. So it seems to me like you are in some ways accepting that this is going on. You've kind of just resigned yourself to kind of, you know, this is the way things are. You're kind of in that silently suffering kind of energy, right? Where maybe in some unconscious way you feel like you deserve it, right? It could be that you are just so used to treating other people better than you treat yourself, or trying to provide for other people, trying to be of service to other people, that you kind of neglect yourself a little bit, or that you're willing to accept this kind of an uncomfortable position that we see, especially with the first two cards here. You're kind of willing to accept that uncomfortable position if it means that you're able to help somebody else out, right? I feel like you're a very compassionate, very giving person, but sometimes it could put you in a position like this. And I think in, like I said, a bit of a subconscious way, this is you kind of just accepting this situation, accepting that this is just the reality of things and there's not much you can do to change it, right? I have a feeling that you're a little bit stuck, or you feel like there's really no way out, like this is just the reality of things, right? But let's do another card here for the recent past, and we've got this earth sign person in your recent past, or the recent issues that took place that kind of led you here are this earth energy. Now, this could be manifesting as another person involved here, right? It could be maybe this was a previous relation, associate, a previous boss or supervisor or coworker who maybe was an earth sign person, but this could also represent your interaction in this work, in whatever arena this is taking place in. This is feeling to me like it may be a work situation, right, or career kind of thing. But I feel like in the recent past, you've demonstrated your willingness to take on more tasks, your willingness to be a team player. Like this Knight of Pentacles here, you are willing to get your hands dirty. You're willing to do the difficult work, right? You're maybe the first to volunteer for that new project, that kind of that work or that task that nobody else really wants to do. You like to do that. You like to really work with your hands. You like to be involved. You like to be the first to kind of offer your services, right? And this is what I'm feeling with this Prince of Pentacles here, that you're always the first to kind of jump into a new task or a new responsibility or this new kind of situation. And I think that this wonderful, wonderful energy that you have, right, of volunteering, of being willing to do the hard work, I think that has kind of led you to this situation that you're in this week, right? It's led to this person, whoever they are, putting a little bit too much on your plate, expecting too much of you, or just kind of piling stuff on because they think they can. All right, does that make sense? Now, let's do one more card here. And this, well, this is at the top of the path of the dove. And this card is, you know, a Princess of Wands. And this, I think, is, well, the card's related to this one. Okay, so this we said was this fire, maybe probably a fire sign person, someone who's very controlling, very demanding, you know, just very kind of confident and assertive, but in maybe a little bit of a tyrannical kind of way. Like they're just a really overbearing kind of boss or supervisor. They have that kind of energy about them, right? I think the highest that you can aspire to, or what you really hope for this situation, is that you're able to kind of evoke some of your own confidence, assertiveness, your own sense of control to kind of fight back against this, right? You have to establish your own voice. You have to speak up for yourself, right? And this is, you know, in the court cards of the tarot, this is considered the daughter, while this Queen of Wands is considered the mother. So you see that there's kind of a, you know, there's kind of a relationship here that shows the dynamic here. If this is a workplace situation, I think the dynamic is very clear, that this is that older, maybe more authoritative person, the person that's higher up in the company, has a higher position, and they're kind of like just throwing orders down at you, and they're piling up on you. And this responsibility or this energy or this control that they're asserting is starting to pile up on you. Now, as this kind of younger energy, you know, you may be literally a younger person compared to this Queen of Wands, but I think more so this is showing the dynamic in the kind of the workplace hierarchy, right? Like you're still kind of low in the company, perhaps, right? And it's really a matter of you finding your voice and speaking up and speaking out against this person's behavior, really, because I see that they are kind of taking advantage of their position, taking advantage of their power a little bit, and they're putting too much on you. They're expecting too much. They're maybe giving you all of the work, and they're not really doing anything. You know, it could be one of those kinds of people in that supervisory kind of role. So seeing this Princess of Wands at the top of the path of the dove here is showing me that you really need to aspire to find your voice, to speak up, to stand up for yourself, and do it in a professional and, you know, an appropriate way, of course. But you need to not be afraid. You need to find the courage to speak up, use your voice, do what needs to be done, right? So let's do one more card here. Just do a quick shuffle. We're going to do one card here for the immediate future and see where all of this is headed. See what the resolution might be for this. Okay, well, good news. We have a six of Wands here, and this is a really good card, especially for the immediate future. This is showing that you're kind of going to be able to match this person pound for pound, right? Like your younger princess energy right now, it may not be literal, but that is going to grow and expand and be able to match this more mature, this kind of higher up, more powerful Queen of Wands energy, right? And maybe bring them down a little bit to where the two of you are, hopefully, by the looks of this Six of Wands anyway, you're going to be able to meet somewhere in the middle, right? You're going to raise up to their level. They're going to bring their energy down a little bit, not in a more moral sense, right? We're not talking about ethics or anything here. We're talking about in terms of that power struggle, right? In terms of that control, that authority, they're feeling like they can kind of push you around. Well, you know what? You're going to show them in the most appropriate way that you can push back, Okay. And I think the two of you will meet somewhere in the middle, and there will be this fairness that's established, this balance of, the work responsibilities, the power, the authority, the flow back and forth is going to be more balanced, more fair. And I think the two of you might actually start getting along, right? I think the two of you might find that you are very similar in certain ways, especially with all of this fire energy, because there's a lot of fire on the path of the dove today. I think this fiery energy is showing you that the two of you really are kind of cut from the same cloth. You just need to be raised up a little bit, and they need to be knocked down a couple levels, right? They need to just they humble themselves a little bit, all right? So the immediate future, we've got this Six of Wands. This is showing a really fair, clear, harmonious resolution to this, right? Where the two of you are going to kind of meet on a level playing field. And it's going to be fair, and I think you're going to find that the two of you have more in common than you might have originally thought. Okay, so some of this fiery energy is going to balance out. Now, let's do 4 cards for the path of the Serpent here and see what else is going on in this situation. Please do like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading is resonating with you. The best thing that you can do to support us here is to hit that like button and subscribe and share the video with your friends or on your social media, all right? So we're going to just do 4 cards here. We got some more fire, and we got some water too, because we didn't have a whole heck of a lot of water, except for this Hanged Man, and this Hanged Man wasn't the best kind of water. Okay, this was the water that was kind of self-sacrificing, that was just silently suffering, that was just kind of complacent and just surrendered and thought, well, this is how it is, this is the situation, I guess this is my life now, right? But we see through some of this fiery energy that you can pull yourself out of this. You really can free yourself from this Hanged Man position, okay? And we see that with this fiery energy that we've got. Now, going over here to the path of the Serpent, your general energy, 9 of Wands, strength, inner resolve being expressed as this outer strength, this assertiveness and confidence in the external world. So this is really a perfect byproduct. This is the perfect result from all of this fiery energy that we see, which, again, I think is in the workplace. But this, again, this could be any situation where there is this person in your life that's trying to kind of dominate and control and put all of this heavy energy on you, these responsibilities, or whatever they are. Okay, we're using the workplace analogy, but this could be in the family, it could be with your friends, it could be in any scenario, okay? But there is this energy going on. But going through this experience, the fact that you are going to have to evoke your own voice, your Princess of Wands, and that we're seeing this rather amicable, harmonious resolution to things, is really going to give you this sense of inner strength, this confidence, this connection with who you really are, with your inner self, right? That you're then going to be able to express into the world. It's going to give you a new level of confidence and assertiveness in your life, right? You may feel already very strong, very sure of yourself, very committed to your ideals, but I don't think there's always been the greatest ease expressing that in your life, in the external, okay? But I think this experience that we see on the path of the dove is a really great way for you to build this, to practice these skills of asserting yourself in the external world, okay? So that's the general energy that we see for you this week. Now, in terms of your relationships, now this could be your relationships as just in general, as a whole. It could be in particular your relationship with this particular person, okay? And we see a 3 of Cups, celebration, abundance, right? Lots of good joy, lots of good feeling, okay? This could mean that you and this person are going to, at the end of it all, become really good friends. It could be this person already is a very close friend, right? It could be that you already have established this emotional connection, this relationship that's more personal. But with the 3 of Cups in this position, I think that this is going to either be a new development or it's going to be a refocusing of this energy. If it's someone that you already know, right? If this is like, a close friend or a family member that is acting this way or has this kind of Queen of Wands energy, you're going to be able to shift that relationship back to this like love connection, this really personal, loving, affectionate bond that you have with this person, okay? And if this is not already someone that you have this with, like if this is a work situation or someone that you don't know on a personal level, I think that's going to change. And I think that's going to come through meeting them on their own level, kind of evening the playing field, having this more balance of energy, balance of power, is going to lead, like I said, the two of you seem like you're kind of cut from the same cloth, right? That you might be more similar than we originally thought. Well, this is reinforcing that and saying the two of you might actually become very good friends, all right? And that's what we see here. Now, the next card is the same kind of thing, only this goes a little bit deeper. This goes a little bit more closer to the heart, I think, this Two of Cups. Three of Cups, yeah, celebration. I think we're going to really create some fun times together. Now the Two of Cups is in the position of your fears, worries, concerns. I wonder if there might be some feelings that are developing here, some romantic feelings even, okay? It seems to me like the connection is going to develop on a deeper level than what we see with the Three. The Three is still pretty deep. It's still a pretty strong personal connection, right? We're going to go out and have fun together, right? But then with the Two, it seems to be getting a little bit more serious, right? It seems to be getting a little bit more serious. And this, I think, is going to be the obstacle for you because you weren't expecting this. I wasn't expecting this. But it seems to be possibly coming down the line in the future. And what this leads to, of course, is Prince of Cups. This is an issue here with, do you conceal these feelings? Do you conceal this deeper connection or these deeper desires, or do you act on them? And the Prince of Cups is kind of on the fence about that. The Prince of Cups is concealing those feelings, those deeper desires, but considering acting on them, considering what the implications would be, what the results would be, right? And this seems to be a future state with you. This seems to be kind of what you unfortunately have to look forward to in the future, is straddling this fence, deciding, well, is it worth the risk? Do I act on this, or do I conceal it? Okay? And especially if this is a work situation, like we said, this makes it quite a bit more complicated. If this is just a friend, an acquaintance, someone that is in your circle of friends or your group of people, might be a little bit easier to decide. But if this is a workplace thing, it's definitely more complicated. But I think this is what the flow of this energy is telling me. Now we're going to take a look at this confirmation card that we didn't put out on the table as we usually do. That's my bad. But let's do that one card. Let's do that confirmation card right now because, you know what? I messed up at the beginning of this video. And it happens sometimes. Trying a little bit of a different format here. So we're going to do one additional card to see if we can maybe tie this reading together or, get that confirmation that we're kind of looking for. With all of this energy, what is the final kind of result? What is it that we need to know that'll pull all of this together for us? This seems like a good one. Okay, this is the Art or Temperance card. Now this card gives us a little bit of confirmation. It does tie the reading together, but it also makes things a little bit more confusing, a little bit more complicated. This is kind of saying, look, you're going to try to pursue this relationship, but you're going to try to keep it under wraps. You're going to try to keep it, on the DL. You're going to try to just have it more of a secret thing. And this Prince of Cups is about that kind of secret that they're holding, right? But rather than just keeping this in and not acting on it, I think you're going to try to make this happen and yet also keep it concealed. Keep it just between the two of you, right? And now, again, I don't want to say for certain 100% fact that this is going to be this same person that we saw on the path of the dove that's causing all the problems this week, right? It may not be this person. It could be. It could be, but the tarot could really be showing us two separate and distinct scenarios here, okay? But it seems to me that they are connected in some way, right? And it might be up to you to find how these connect. It could be through this situation that you meet this person that you really become very close with. It could be that you're becoming very close with this person, and you know this situation on the path of the dove, right? This kind of conflict, this very oppressive energy that we saw, kind of it is what leads to you getting to know this person and then developing these feelings. And I think that you're going to really try to have this relationship, but you're going to try to keep it quiet. You're going to try to keep it concealed, right? You're not ready to let everyone know. And this is a good confirmation of what we saw with the Prince of Cups. You know, someone who is considering acting on their deep desires and feelings, right? But isn't quite sure how that's going to look or what the consequences of that will be. And I think with this art card, you're really going to try to be strategic about it, right? You're really going to try to create this piece of art, right? You're really going to try to manipulate things to be just the perfect, most beautiful picture. And I really do hope it works out. I hope that you're able to express your desires and have the relationship that you want. And if that means that it's kept private, then I hope that is able to come to pass. And I think with this Art or Temperance card, this is saying that it will. You do have the capability of having this. And there's obviously nothing wrong with this, right? It's nobody's business, right? It's certainly not my business. But if you want to leave some comments and let me know if this is resonating with you, first of all, I would love to hear from you. All right. But with this Art or Temperance card, I think this is the confirmation that we're looking for, to say that, you're going to find a way to kind of have your cake and eat it too. You're going to be able to have the relationship that you want, to express your desires and your needs, right? And your intentions and your feelings, and also keep it private because it's no one else's business. And the two of you can keep this on the down low for as long as you choose to. It's your life. It's your relationship, right? No one else's business. And so I think this might be where we're headed with that. We're going to take a quick look in the extended. If you want to stick around, you can become a member to this channel by clicking on the link down in the description box. This was your weekly tarot forecast on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Thank you.